10 questions, 10 minutes. We got to be on time. Jimmy, what are our options this week?
I get the final say on it.
He gets the final say on the post-game videos, if not everything else, right? Go ahead.
Sonny Gray, if you're expecting him to be a number 2 starter, you are going to get number 2.
Well said by the caller. Next.
What happened to scoreboard? Scoreboard. They have something over there that's called the scoreboard. That's the beauty of sports.
Boy.
They have a scoreboard.
That's right. Brady never had a losing record. Greg, scoreboard. Next.
Last one.
Jawan Jennings is a hoe. I want that known. That is officially in the transcript if you go back to the record. Go ahead, hit it, Jimmy. Jawan Jennings is a hoe. I want that known. Number 10, should Blake lie? Now I've confused him.
Isaiah Likely.
Blake Lively, the actress?
I actually put in, I put in Blake Likely.
No, he's merged the two.
What's his name, please?
Isaiah Likely.
Likely.
Should the Isaiah Likely play in Baltimore have been ruled a catch, Greg?
Absolutely. For a bunch of different reasons, but I'll start here. In that same game, how are you going to rule Aaron Rodgers' batted pass? That's a catch, but what he did in the end zone was not a catch? That's ridiculous.
Makes perfect sense to me, but go ahead. Continue.
That's it. That's all I had.
The answer is yes, it should have been a catch.
Obviously, yes. He made 2 steps. The ball didn't move. He had possession. But that said, 2 things can be true.
But that's not the rule.
It's a catch. Your eyes tell you it's a catch.
But that's not the rule.
Either way, it's a catch, and 2 things can be
But
true.
you just gave me a definition of the rule that doesn't exist.
Possession, made 2 steps.
That's not the rule.
The ball didn't move.
No, that's not it. Third move. Third act.
He did. He reached out the ball.
His arms were extended.
But that's not what
My name's Jim.
Big Jim Murray. That's not what the Big Jim Murray's saying over there.
That's Jim Likely.
Blake Lively over there.
All right, then that third one is the arms extended. Either way, 2 things can be true. That's a catch. They got boned by the scumbag refs, and the Ravens also stink and didn't deserve to win that game.
Yeah, that's all true. What I will also add is, first of all, I thought the end zone was different than the field. But anyways,
it's not.
If he would have caught that ball the same way on the end line, the sideline, and at the 2-yard line and reached out, they all would have been touchdowns. So that should be a touchdown.
He makes a good point there.
If that happened in the middle of the field and the ball came out like that, they would not have ruled that a fumble, nor would you want that to be a fumble. Yeah,
it's different in the end zone. It's always been that way.
I agree that it should be different in the end zone.
It's not always different in the end zone.
Should be.
It's not.
Should be.
2 feet down, hop out of bounds? Yeah.
Same thing applies. The hop is the football move. Anyway, next.
What happened to scoreboard? Scoreboard. They have something over there that's called the scoreboard. That's the beauty of sports.
Boy.
They have a scoreboard.
Greg, was the ending of the Raiders-Broncos game just a weird, bad beat for gamblers or something suspicious?
It was smelly. Once I heard Pete Carroll try to explain it the other day, he had no answer for it. And I was like, this is fishy.
Rancid, smelly, fishy, fetid. Use whatever word you want. That was foul.
Hand over the phones, pull the hard drives. I mean, those refs threw a flag with 4 seconds remaining so the Raiders could decide to kick a field goal, being down 10 when the spread for the game was 8.5 for Denver. If you're ignoring that, you're willfully ignorant.
I'm with Murray.
Did the Broncos not commit a penalty on that play?
What was the point?
It's delay a game. You're not allowed to stomp on lie on the defender or slap the ball away to waste time.
Okay. Convenient, though, that it happened right at a time where the spread was in question.
So here's what I would say. The person I do not blame is Pete Carroll, even if he was just going for the cover. And not that it's going to save him, but generally speaking, if as a football coach, you go for covers and do everything you can to make sure your team at least covers the spread, the fans will be a little less angry. The temperature will be a little less hot. It's when you don't cover is when the fans go next level on you. Cover. College coaches have known this for a long time. Cover. The boosters are less up your ass. Fans are less heated. Cover. I don't blame a coach at all for knowing what the spread is and covering it.
Still fishy.
Next.
I get the final say on that.
Number 8, current thoughts on Caleb Williams.
He still has a ways to go in terms of doing all the things he needs to do within the structure of Ben Johnson's offense. But I will admit, he showed me a lot in that game. I think more of the Bears and more of Caleb Williams. I know he threw an interception on the final pass, but I thought he and they played with a level of toughness that I didn't think they had.
He doesn't get it. Caleb Williams doesn't get it. There was a play in that game where he was in the shotgun, took the snap, went back, and by the time he set up to throw, I think he was 12 or 13 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And then he ran sideways. And it happens over and over and over again. It's painful to watch. The guy he's got an unbelievable arm, by the way. He's very talented. He doesn't get it, and unless he gets it, he's not going to be very good.
Still stinks. Too much dancing around like an idiot.
Next.
Sonny Gray, if you're expecting him to be a number 2 starter, you are going to get number 2.
Back to the Chiefs. If they decided to get dramatic and kickstart a quick turnaround, quick rebuild turnaround by doing it with a coaching change, who would be a good coach for Patrick Mahomes and the reimagined Kansas City Chiefs?
So if we're sticking with the coach, I would have to say Kevin O'Connell. I would trade for him. But I think the issue there is personnel, and they've just gotten too old. They need like sort of, the Patriots drafts with Dante Hightower and Chandler Jones and these guys to jumpstart their revival. And I would go after a guy like Les Snead in the Rams. He's shown the ability to do it. Maybe he wants a new challenge. That's what I would do.
McVay. That's what and they need an offensive coach. I love Spags, but after that thing in St. Louis, can't do it. So, and the other thing is the age. I want someone younger who's a little more connected to Mahomes. My answer was going to be whoever Mahomes wants, but it really should be a guy with some juice, and McVay's the guy.
Someone younger, realistic, connected to Mahomes, his old college coach, Cliff Kingsbury. Get him out of Washington. He's the OC in Washington. You keep Spagnuolo as the DC. You open up that offense a little bit, makes Mahomes happy. Cliff Kingsbury.
Next. Jawan Jennings is a hoe. I want that known. Are the Eagles done?
This season, yes. Their offense is broken. Jalen Hurts isn't any good. He really is only good when he has an all-time offensive line, a 2,000-yard rusher. Then he's a good quarterback. Anything less than that, he can't elevate anything.
No, they're not done. Their ceiling is still too high. If they decide to wake up and play, they can beat anybody, but I'm not sure they're going to wake up.
Yes, Jalen Hurts is broken. The coach is a moron. They all hate each other, just biding their time to lose Wild Card Weekend. It's over.
Something that stood out to me last night, they don't play fast enough.
They've never done it.
I mean, offensively. Defensively, they got some guys that fly around a little bit. But I always feel like A.J. Brown is throttled down a little bit. Even Saquon Barkley this year anyway, I feel like they're all kind of throttled down. Just they're not. I feel like there should be another gear to which they play. They don't play fast enough.
I don't think the quarterback's capable of it.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talking to people around the league, they just don't think that he processes quick enough.
Next.
What happened to scoreboard? Scoreboard. They have something over there that's called the scoreboard. That's the beauty of sports.
Boy.
They have a scoreboard.
We're going to mix in some Buffalo Bills questions. Tool bag question. Who's the biggest tool bag Buffalo Bill of all time?
Vontae Davis, who quit at halftime of a game in 2018.
Really?
Took his jersey off, going
wasn't
to the
with
locker room.
He wasn't with the Colts?
He was at one point, but he was with the Bills
when
at that point in time.
When he quit? Okay.
Yep.
I went with Richie Incognito. That's an easy one just because that guy was such a dink. But my other nominee would be Thurman Thomas.
The real-life male bimbo from Seinfeld, quarterback Rob Johnson, who was a dim-witted stiff and got in the way of Doug Flutie's playing time. That guy ever got reps over Doug Flutie was so stupid back in the day.
Next.
What happened to scoreboard? Scoreboard. They have something over there that's called the scoreboard. That's the beauty of sports.
Boy.
They have a scoreboard.
Tell me when college football's postseason was at its best. In the old days, when they just had a bunch of bowls and voters chose a national champion? Was it the BCS days when the top two teams made one game and that's how they did it? Or the current format? What was the best?
So for me personally, my fandom, I cared more about the old bowl system. I don't know why. I can't give you a good answer. But, the Orange Bowl with the Big 8 and whatever was, the Big 12, whatever they would play. The Sugar Bowl, the SEC. I loved all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I can't do today's thing. I don't like it.
The bowl system is what you're used to. That's why you say it. This is better. I love this. I think this is great. You get some teams in the first round that you can say don't belong there or shouldn't be there. Fine, no problem. It's supposed to be like that. You're supposed to give someone a chance or a few teams a chance that wouldn't otherwise have it. There have been some good games last year there were some good games in the early rounds. I'm all for it. The final's probably going to end up what you want anyway. So give me some other ones along the way here. I'll take those every time.
Current format, new blood's involved, and it's seemingly making a lot of people mad, like the Notre Dame idiots, and that's a win-win for me.
So I'm with Greg. I don't know why, because I was like everybody else when it was just bowls and a vote or even the BCS. We all said, and I felt, if they expanded this would be awesome. It would just be incredible. And I wanted it like everybody else and thought it would be a home run like everybody else. And now that it's here, it doesn't grab me. And one of my teams is in it even. Like, I'm glad. Tulane's got a crack.
There's less pomp and circumstance like you used to have back in the day.
I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't grab me like I thought it would.
Same.
I think it's better now that they've gone to 12. I thought it was more predictable when they had fewer teams in it.
Yeah, maybe so. Was it 4 for a time then? Because now I can't remember everything. I remember the BCS was just 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
they would have a semifinal.
When was they had a 4?
Mm-hmm.
There was 4 for a time?
Yeah.
Wasn't 4, 8, and then 12?
I don't remember 8. I barely remember 4.
Oh,
I just
like
remember
the 12.
I just remember the 2.
I like to what
The whole thing, as much as I hated the Bulls and the voting and the AP champion and the UPI champion and all of that, at least I sort of could wrap my head around it. Now I don't even know what's going on.
Well, but that's because back then there was more structure. It was conference winner against conference winner.
I don't know.
It was probably more organized in that head of yours.
Next.
I get the final say on it.
So that's the problem I had. Fill in the blank. The Colts inviting, I wrote this last night, scratch inviting, the Colts signing 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who hasn't played a snap or been in an NFL camp since 2020. It's 2025, in case you're keeping. Yeah, signing him to their practice squad this week is blank. Fill in the blank is what?
It's pathetic. This is a joke. That you as a GM, Richardson gets the injury, whatever he does, and you don't do anything more than Riley Leonard. I mean, I liked Riley Leonard as a prospect, as like a number 3 developmental. Maybe in like 3 years he might be doing something. But he's your backup. That's pathetic.
Pathetic is the right word. But my question is, if you're going to go for old man Rivers, why not just call Brady?
Seriously.
Ask Brady.
Well, he's part owner now. He can't do it of the Raiders.
Oh, so do it anyway.
Either way, hilarious, because I want to see what it looks like. Their last game of the year is against the Houston Texans. Is he going to be the starting quarterback against that defense that day? By the way, you mentioned Brady. His last start, January 2023, 2 years after Phillip Rivers' last start in January of 2021.
Wow.
By the way, Bill Barnwell had a good idea where he said, in 2026, Joe Flacco should just be the official NFL all-time QB. If your QB suffers a season-ending injury, you should be able to sign Flacco for up to 4 games and pay him the prorated franchise tag.
I like that idea.
So you said Rivers, he played in 2021?
It was the playoffs that year, yeah.
In 2021. So,
Yeah.
So I said 2020. I thought it was.
Well, that season.
2020 season.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So it is the
Yeah.
2020 season. That's what I meant. Okay, good. I'm square on that. 44 years old. I keep hearing he's a grandfather.
He is.
Yes.
I mentioned this off the air. Like
His oldest daughter's 23.
Yeah, I looked it up. His daughter's 23. She was, when their last child was born, she was 21.
And how many kids does he have?
I believe 11.
10 or
10 or
whatever.
11.
Did he and Antonio Cromartie ever be on the same team? Were they ever on the same team?
Probably.
Can you imagine those two together?
Cromartie played for the Chargers, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they ever cross paths. and-
Definitely.
like just those two.
How would you like to be the owner? Fit the bill for that daycare center.
We're gonna shut down the family room on those days. Good grief.
Wow.
Next. Jawan Jennings is a hoe. I want that known. Assess the tradition among Bills fans of jumping off of things and landing on and crushing and destroying folding tables.
Having been there and seeing that there's not much to do, I'm fine with it. Do whatever you can to be entertained.
I think it's perfect. That place is the NFL home of pro wrestling, is what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Also hilarious. No problem with it. If I was a younger man, I'd partake.
I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I love it.
Like I like to rag on him for it, but actually, if that's your thing, that's kind of crazy.
They don't get out much.
They don't, seriously. I mean, I remember I asked at the last Bills game, is the Bills mafia or Bills fans tool bags? And the answer is kind of no.
No, I
they
like
don't
them.
bother me. I like
They're
them.
just kind of nuts and they're a little tweaked, but what would you be if you were in that hellhole?
I know, seriously, better that than like eating people.
Yes, Mazz. It's better than cannibalism.
Well,
yes.
I'm just saying.
No,
some
yes,
crazy
no,
things.
it's better than a lot of things, including
There's
cannibalism.
crazy things that happen in those.
No, in this
gray,
world,
cold
yes,
climates.
I get it. Yes, better than cannibalism. Noted. I want that,
Put that on
known.
the record.
Yeah, I want that known as well. Last one, hit it.
I want that known.
What happened to scoreboard? Scoreboard. They have something over there that's called the scoreboard. That's the beauty of sports.
Boy.
They have a scoreboard.
What is the most Buffalo loss of all time? And if you don't want to pick just one, you can give me the bottom three.
So I recently watched the Four Falls of Buffalo or whatever it is,
Yeah.
the 30 for 30 or whatever it is. Thurman Thomas losing his helmet to start Super Bowl 26, and them going through that and saying like if he was out there, they had a play design where he probably would have went to the house on the opening, and the backup got like 1 yard. That was typical Bills loserdom.
Was that versus Dallas? Who was
Yep.
that against
Yes, yeah.
Dallas? Okay, so for me, it's the Music City Miracle. I got to go there. I'm sorry. How do you lose that one?
But there's so
Yeah.
many.
I
to
know.
choose
I have 3 on my list, but that's number 1 for me.
I mean, this is easy. Number 1 is Scott Norwood wide right. Number 2 is 13 seconds. Number 3 is the Music City Miracle. They all have names.
13.
No, what about up 35-3 against
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon and
Oh, the
Houston,
Oilers.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
In that home divisional
That's
game.
another
Yeah,
good one.
That's
but-
another good one.
But they win that game.
Oh no, they
They
won
won.
that game.
They
Yeah.
did. I think that was Frank Wright. I think it
was.
was Houston that
It
was
was
up.
Frank Wright.
I made the same mistake, though. I thought about that, too. Frank
gave
Wright
him-
brought him back.
Because they're the Bills. I gave them the loss in that game. They actually won that
They
game.
did.
Oh, scratch that one off.
I had the same list as Murray, but in the other order. I had the Music City Miracle first. He had wide right first.
That's the Super Bowl. Like, you had that team on the ropes. You should have
Okay.
won that game.
And it was like 43
40.
It
yards.
was 47. I looked it up before we came on. And
in
look,
today's NFL, that's like a 20-yarder.
but back
I
then
know.
it was a little.
I know.
yeah, and look, there are a lot of teams that have lost games on missed field goals. So for the Bills, it's really not that special.